My name is Abbas of the Mitya, ISIS number M00653838, and this is my short video on the synopsis of whatever we've learned so far in the ITX 1000 module. So the first thing that we've learned about is the SFI and the Gartner's hype cycle. So the Gartner's hype cycle provides a view of how new technologies will affect the opinion of the public, and it has 5 stages. First stage is innovation trigger, the second is peak of inflated expectations, the third is trough of disillusionment, fourth is slope of enlightenment, and the fifth is the plateau of productivity. The Gartner's hype cycle aims to show how far away new technologies are from the plateau of productivity and helps you invest in the right technology.
The topic that we learned about is media literacy. We learned how to edit images using Photoshop and CorelDRAW. We learned how to edit sound using Audacity, as well as record screen using Cam Studio. We also created a product, and we made an advertisement for it, and we made a page on social media to promote it as well. So that's what we learned from media literacy. We learned about is VR. So we learned about virtual reality and virtual environments. Virtual environments are basically open worlds for multiple people to interact. We learned about the different applications of VR in military, education, entertainment, etc. And we also learned about the different kinds of VR, such as cave VR, video mapping, augmented VR, etc. We also learned about avatars, which are used to represent persona and appearance in a VR world where video mapping is not possible. We learned about is chatbots. We learned what conversational agents are and can do. We also learned about the different applications of conversational agents, including website navigation, customer service, and technical support. We learned the challenges faced by conversational agents. The 3 challenges are: first is understanding. Basically, conversational agents need to understand what our problem is and what they need to find the solution for. The second challenge is to determine the right course of action, and the third challenge is to provide an appropriate response. Chatbots are currently found in mobile devices in the form of Allo, Google Assistant, Siri, Alexa, etc. And we also learned about the visual representation of chatbots through animated characters. We learned about is IoT, or Internet of Things. We learned what an intelligent environment is, and that it is an interactive experience created by smart network controlled objects. We learned about the difference between smart and intelligent objects, and that smart objects just sense and then act, where intelligent objects sense, think, and then act. We learned about data logging and the collection of data from different sensory input devices. We learned about wearables like smartwatches and VR devices that are considered part of the whole concept of Internet of Things. We learned about RFID and its advantages, and we also learned about the challenges faced by IoT. The first one being all users, basically that IoT objects should apply to all users no matter what age they are, what gender they are. The second one is that the physical space that needs scanning needs to be small. And the third one is that the perception by the object needs to be accurate. What we learned about was the Arduino. We learned to create smart objects using the Arduino board. My project alongside with my group was to create a smart water level sensor that could detect when the water level was low and alert the necessary individual. This project taught us how to work with sensors as well as code programs to do what is required. We learned about was robotics. We learned about what robots are and what the field of robotics deals with. We also learned about the 3 laws of robotics by Isaac Asimov. The first law being a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. The second law, a robot must obey the orders given it by human beings. And the third law is a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws. We also learned of the history of robots and the previous and current use in industrial manufacturing. We learned about the different sensors and joints robots have for inputs and outputs. We also saw a video about self-learning robots that taught themselves how to move. About was artificial intelligence. We learned about the meaning of AI and different methods for it to solve problems. State space search was one of the topics that we covered, and the most optimal route to be covered by the program. Difference between the depth first search and the breadth first search, and the different applications for AI software based on the ability to determine procedures to be carried out. We also learned about recommender systems used by websites like Amazon and YouTube and how they work. We learned about collaborative filtering, which is to group users based on similar interests and provide recommendations. And another type of filtering, content-based filtering, which is filtering determined by a user's behavior and browsing. Part of accessibility, we learned about the difficulties faced by people with impairments while using technologies and the different types of impairments and how to create technology that can support these impairments. The different kinds of assistive technologies, the first one being accessibility plugins, where you get extra software or hardware that can add on to your software to support other people with impairments. The second one is inclusive design, that aims to include all different kinds of people in their design. And the third one is specialized technology, which is specifically only for impaired people. We also experimented with NVDA screen reader, which is the non-visual desktop access screen reader, which is in support of blind people who wouldn't be able to read on computers. And the last one that we learned about is futurology. Futurology was the evolution of technology and the public's reaction. We learned about the widespread use of portable devices and social media. We also learned about predictions made about technology and how they were proven wrong. We learned how to predict future technologies using current trends, recapping back to the SFIA and Gartner's hype cycle. We learned of the Moore's law and the future possibilities in computing technology. We learned of the law of accelerating returns and the exponential growth of computing power, and that we could possibly reach human brain level of computing within 20 to 30 years. We learned of the future prospects in quantum computing, light-based processing, nanotechnology, and DNA-based computing. And we also learned about how to move towards sustainable future and green computing.